I was born in England with a silver spoon in my mouth and went on to develop a whole canteen of cutlery. So, I'm English, actor, toff, poof.
Rupert Everett was born in 1959. At the age of 16, he dropped out of boarding school to become an actor. His breakthrough role came in 1984 in the film Another Country, set in an English public school. He's gone on to star in Hollywood films, on television, and on Broadway.
My background is very colonial, very conservative. My whole life has been a rebellion against it. Well, this is my father's grave. He died 6 months ago. He was a soldier originally and went into the city, and I went into show business. So they were just we were in very different worlds. And like all parents, I suppose, we had our ups and downs. My father didn't talk very much about his family, so I think it's very interesting to find out a little bit about it. I think my father was very much about service, duty and all those kind of things, and when he died, I think it really is the end of a certain type of England, that generation, the last generation of people in the war.
Rupert's father, Anthony, was born in 1921. After serving in the army during the Second World War, he went on to work as a stockbroker in the City of London.
My mother's the only person who knows anything really about my father's family, so I'm going to ask her about him, although she is a confirmed amnesiac, so I don't know if she's going to remember, but we'll see.
Rupert's mother, Sarah, still lives in Wiltshire, in the house she shared with Anthony for over 30 years.
God, it's absolutely freezing.
Hi, darling.
Hi. Now then.
How are you? Getting... Oh, it's hairy.
Freezing.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry. Come into the warmth then.
Here we go. Now I'm going to show you the gents' cloaks. As it says here, I am Everett senior partner. I was sitting in here the other day, having a pee, and I just suddenly thought the whole of this slice of life, which is my father, is really on these four walls. All these are pictures of my dad in the army. He was defined, I think, by the military and serving his country in warfare. I think that's what really defined him. And his presence as a businessman in here, I can see everywhere. Here is the stock exchange as it's being built in Threadneedle Street, and that's the stock exchange floor. He loved business. He adored money. I mean, dealing with money and stockbroking, but rigidly conventional. And that I found very claustrophobic as a child, because I was very unconventional. My best memories, obviously, of Daddy come from my age now. Actually, I remember him very well, his 50th birthday. But obviously, now that he's dead, it's very interesting to find out more about the part of him I didn't know about, his early life. Mm-hmm. And he never very much talked about anything, did he?
No, so I don't know much either.
Well, you must know some.
Well, a little. And all these pictures we've got of him here as a little boy, on his bicycle.
Where did you find all these?
In that box in the sitting room. Mm-hmm. And there's Daddy and Aunt Peter.
Right. On their way to school.
Yes.
He went to school very young, away to school.
Yes, because his father went off to Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Mm.
How much did Daddy see his father?
Not very much, I should think.
Hardly.
No. And that's Daddy's father, Cyril, and a Nigerian, steward, it says on the back.
He was a very good-looking steward.
Anthony's parents were Cyril Everett and Marcella Lawless. Cyril spent more than 30 years working in Nigeria. Marcella and their children remained in England.
And what was his job, do you think?
Oh, don't know.
British High Commissioner?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was as grand as that.
Well, was he someone who said things like, you know, I'll give him 60 lashings, make an example of him?
I don't know. They loved him in Nigeria and they gave him that gold cigarette case after some uprising.
That's quite good. God, imagine having to deal with some uprising, because you didn't have helicopters or aeroplanes or walkie-talkies. You had to just go out there yourself.
Up to you, wasn't it?
I have to tell you very firmly, because they had to like stop the uprisings, I suppose, didn't he? He looks nice, though.
And that's Marcella.
I'm not being rude to Marcella, but she looks quite stately.
Yes.
Doesn't she?
Well, she must be quite old there.
Why did Marcella not go with Cyril to Africa?
Because she got 2 children, I should think.
Lots of people did go with their children to...
Oh, I shouldn't think so. Live in a bush tent.
But did she go and visit him?
Yeah.
How often?
I have no idea.
Not very often.
No, probably once every 2 years or something. We've got a wonderful letter he wrote to Marcella, which I found out upstairs in Daddy's study. Sweet letter.
My beloved sweetheart and wife and dearest of women, this letter should reach you on the anniversary of our wedding day, 16 years ago. I thank you, dear heart, for the happiness, my God, he's very over the top, isn't he? For the happiness you have brought into my life, for the splendid manner in which you have faced with courage and love all our difficulties. I wonder what their difficulties were.
Well, I suppose being apart like that.
And at night I should visualise you in... What? In my arms? Oh, my God. Oh, I shall... That's quite naughty. I shall always be your lover, Marcy, heart of mine. What an extraordinary letter this is.
Talk about a love letter.
I know, it's extremely passionate.
It's quite nice to have an old letter like that.
And then, who is this?
That's Cyril as a little boy, 2 years old.
Cyril as a little boy, age 2. Dressed as they were as little girls, which is always so extraordinary. These little dresses, kind of cocktail dresses, and he looks like he's holding a whip. Can't be. Had he been brought up in England, Cyril, or what? Where?
He was brought up by his aunts in Hammersmith.
Cyril was? Why was Cyril living with his aunts, do you think?
I don't know.
And who was his mother?
Not a clue. But his father was this was a stockbroker. And I think
kind of ne'er-do-well.
Made a lot of money, but didn't bother with his family. And Daddy said that he lived in 145 Piccadilly, which is where the Duke of York lived, eventually. I can't believe that.
Well, I think his upbringing sounds rather sad, with 2 aunts.
I think it was, awfully sad.
Hammersmith. My grandfather Cyril led a very solitary existence, I should think. He had parents but didn't live with them. He was married and didn't live with his wife, lived in Africa. I'm rather excited to find out some more about him. Of course, I was fantasizing that he was having an affair with that steward, but I suppose he wasn't. But he looked quite nice, really. I hope I don't find out that he led some kind of massacre of a whole tribe or something. That would be rather